Hello, this is Cotton Stoops, and today's Looming Legacy video, we're going over all of the PvP 2.0 balance changes that are happening concerning new Lumion abilities, rework changes to your abilities, and moves being changed, and move removals at the end. So, let's go over this very quickly. Chironics, Whippledrift, Deldrix, Billforge are all getting weather setting abilities that are corresponding to their weather. And Soulburst Krakaloa is getting its Soulburst changed to the Heat Wave setting ability. Anyways, going down the list, Guardrone is getting Levitate, which makes Guardrone immune to grounded type moves such as Earthquake. And Chartiki here is getting Smoldering Joy during the Smoldering Heat weather, 1.5 times to its range attack, but health decreases 1/8 of each turn. Krakaloa is getting Territorial change to Scorching Skin, a huge dub in my opinion. And then Territorial to Guerrilla Tactics, otherwise known as that one Pokemon ability that boosts all of your moves but you can't use support moves by +1. And of course Territorial will be changing to that. There's no name for it yet. Trumbull, Territorial getting changed to Triumph Typhoon's ability. Carolyn is also getting Shakedown, which admittedly pretty weird, but I don't really care. Cosmere Encased is getting Quick Recovery, so you can now heal yourself off of your slumber. And Regift is also being changed to Guerrilla Tactics for Cosmere Cracked. And then Cosmere Unleashed, it's getting Cloud9. If I do recall, Cloud9 is a Pokemon ability. Basically what Cloud9 does, I'll just try and put it up on the screen if I can, but it basically makes all weather negated. If you look right here, all the weather is negated in Pokemon Cloud9, the ability. So that's pretty useful in my opinion. Anyways, we still have more to go through, so let's go do that. So we got Skellic getting Brute Force, one Contact Curse getting gone. Ferroglyph is also getting Contact Curse removed for Coerce, and I'm pretty sure most people don't actually know what Coerce is, so let me go pull it up real quick. Yeah, actually we don't have any details on it, it just says it here. Sinogur Vigilant into Ignorant, so good buff for Sinogur. Wiki getting Compliant instead of Chaperone. Jalusa is getting Illuminate. Arapigo getting Rain Rush, which it's Leviatros's ability. I think everyone knows that. Or not Leviatros, it's Skellic's Soulburst ability. Avatros is getting a Madcap, so it does a lot more damage with the recoil moves. Trader instead of when swapped in, it trades items at the end of the turn. So you can potentially OHKO Weaslins that are using Trader, which is always nice because honestly they are still very toxic, but I don't really think it changes too much in my opinion. Pitch Black, 25% more costing moves, so if I do recall, 50 is going to be 50 for Gnarly Gash on Hall of Antic is going to be around 65 or 60. Luck of the Sea here, buff to also deal more damage over for crits. Power Jaw makes it so it nerfs the chomping and biting moves and costs 25% more accuracy. So this really mainly affects Vice Jaws and from Hunter and Tyrex. Tank, nerf to Entry Hazard's pop ability. So if a Your Snack swaps in on a Barbs, then it's going to take its tank away. Swampy is getting buffed to 100% of the time. Guru buffed to 70 base power, and Mystic Tone buffed so every move activates the ability, but fixed dodge so it won't activate the ability. This is very strong. Move changes now. I'm going to try and go further because we have a lot to go through. Complete Demolition, buff to 100% accuracy, buff to 50% energy cost. Tsunami getting buffed to 50 energy, or yeah. Gamma Pulse 245, Electro Burst 100 base power, nerf accuracy to 90, and energy cost is 54. Pretty weird, but alright I guess. Double Whack, nerf accuracy to 90%, Battle Horn, buff energy cost to 30. Air Whip removes high crit secondary effect. Baneful Bash, nerf poison chance to 10%, same for Muck Blast. Adaptive Assault for Typeless, completely reworked to a +1 priority move, so this is going to be a quick pounce, so that's pretty nice honestly. Slapdown, getting nerfed so the power of the move does not increase when this item is removed, so that's very good honestly. I think that's pretty good. Raging Tackle buff to 60, so I don't think it's 70 or whatever that is. Baffle does no longer lower the speed, and now it does make it an Ancient Roar clone. Teardown buff lowers the target's evasion by 1 stage, so it doesn't remove hazards anymore. Oppress buff to 70, Ill Will buff to 70, and same thing for Splitting Headache. Dart Burst rework for power 15, 90 accuracy, energy 50% or energy costing 50. Hypnotize and Snore Spores will rework like Yawn. So if you put a Lumion to sleep, this means that the Lumion is going to sleep at the following end of the next turn. Steel Trap rework to Pestilence Cologne, I guess. That's cool, I guess. SWAT, double in power if the opponent is an air type, and removes the air type until they faint or swap, which is very good. Geyser, buff to 80 power, so good for ventation. Piercing Drive does not bypass dodge and only bypass Scapegoat. Blocking and protecting moves such as Briarbrock, enchantments, and the power is now 85. So, C.B.O, eating pretty good. Wavewrecker here, or not Wavewrecker, Health Gift, an Energy Gift, rework to where it's just 1 move, so they both do the same thing now. Or it's into 1 move. Holy Slash is a ranged attack, let's go! Oh my god, bro! Let's go! Oh my, okay. I'm a Valkyrie, I need to stop, Soul Drain, nerfed power to 80. Parasitize, buff to 50. Paint Shower, buff to 110, but it's now also 50 energy costing. Phoenix Flame, buff 25% to 10%, and buff 50% to 25% for the HP amounts. Plunge, buff energy costing 35. Submerge, energy costing to 30. Toxic Spores, buff accuracy to 90. Same thing for Static Spores. Talent Trade, so the opponent will, when it's swapped out, it will regain its own ability back, which is always good. I'm actually wondering the mechanics of this is because when Luminami swaps out, does it gain HP if it gets talent traded? Probably not. Rant, buff to 65 base power and accuracy nerf. Gain Drain, square 1, getting energy costing to 30. Pep Jab, Vital Jab, Power Draw are all 50 now. Near and Far Enchantment are now 40. Flare nerfed to 60 base power, so Land Torch can only hit 120 base power at full HP. Wonder Herb buff to 35. Sap Plant buff to 25. Blood Drain buff to 30. Thunder Crash buff to 95. Nerf energy to 40. Meteor and Crash and Smash buff to hit both opponents in double battles. Tempest reworked to be Body Crash, but when the user's speed in place takes its range attack, which means Whipple-Drift, the only Tempest user I think, is gonna be loving this. Dissipate gained a little bit more energy to use, and Elemental Burst now is 50, and Horn Dashi is now buffed to 70, so there you go. Lumion's losing or gaining moves, so Chironics losing Lightspeed Ray, Gargolem losing Empathize, Jalusa losing Deep Freeze, Gastroke losing Tamp, Protogon is getting Zip Zap, Wrestlin is getting Rogue Assault, Zulon is losing Wrestlin's losing Rogue Assault, Zulong is losing Fire Breath, Cephalops is losing Aqua Jaws but gaining Wavebreaker, so it's a little bit more easier to deal with. Wobblisk is getting Vital Jab, Shrimposs is getting Vital Jab and Rogue Assault, so there you go. Your Soul is getting Harrow, Lumala is getting Energy Break, Spreezy is getting Barbs, Shachi, Bewarned are all getting Dissipate, so is Tao Shindu, Mewtwo is getting Mag and Provoke, Serenite is getting Burn Up, and then Sinogre, Tyrex, Weasleyn, Malmurk, Oxydrake are all getting Teardown. as well as Sherbot, Valkyrie, and Vesperatu getting Gust. Gobdemic getting Gust and Teardown. Harvestek getting Burn Up, so is Sherbot. Ragoon is getting Barbs and Icicle Trap. Skellig and Barbadger and Leviatros and Odiaga are getting Icicle Trap. So, just to summarize all of this, probably one of the better buffs, in my opinion, is going to be the Gust additions to Valkyrie. I personally really like that. Bewarn getting Dissipate already helps it a little bit, but it's honestly not going to be too great after that, but we'll see. Spreezy getting Barbs is definitely game-changing. Now it's one of the only bug type users that can actually set up barbs now, so it does have a niche there. Shrimpost, of course, loving the upgrade to its stabs. Ragoon, honestly, I think this is going to be having a lot of fun here with just a slap down removal, putting up items. It's just very good. If I do, let's try and look for some more that I want to mention. Of course, Flare is going to hit Landtorch pretty badly. Valkyrie getting that Holy Slash buff as well, so it's getting 2 buffs right now. That's honestly pretty solid. And if we're gonna look here, the ability changes, at least for Charonix, I feel like it's gonna be the most game-changing in a, depending on a good or bad way. Prismatic is very good for Charonix right now, but Fog setting ability is just super strong. And then, yeah, Soulburst Krakaloa getting Heat Wave. I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of strong offensive fire types that's not a Soulburst. I mean, you got Novadius and Raptidon, and Ikazune and Seer Knight, so they'll benefit a lot from Heat Wave. And yeah, I'm pretty sure all of these are just great buffs with an exception of some nerfs. So let me know what you guys thought about this. I personally love this change. Most of them are pretty solid. I don't really understand why some stuff is losing the moves that they are, but hey, let me know your thoughts down below.